What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Undefeated, two-division world champion, who currently holds the WBA simultaneously at 130 and 135, four-time world champion, superstar boxer, undefeated, Gervonta Tank Davis, he lets it be known and sends a direct message in response to undefeated, rising, Mexican, superstar, lightweight, title contender, King Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia went on TMZ Sports. He went on as many platforms as possible, obviously DAZN, which is the network he fights on, and he stated that he was looking for the biggest platforms possible to scream to the mountaintop, from the mountaintops, to call out Gervonta Tank Davis, even if it called for him going to, get this, Baltimore, Maryland, the backyard and the birthplace, the hometown of Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, Gervonta Tank Davis has responded, and he says he's going to definitely fight Ryan Garcia next. He stated that, you know, Ryan Garcia is running his mouth and he's writing checks that his body's going to have to cash because he doesn't do a lot of talking. He let his fists do all the talking inside the ring. So Gervonta Tank Davis puts up a post, and the post said it says the one, right? Obviously indicating the chosen one, right? And so Gervonta Tank Davis is now doing interviews, and he's talking and he's discussing the fight. Obviously, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of buildup because you have their two promoters, Floyd Mayweather, undefeated, retired, legendary, surefire Hall of Famer, five-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, Floyd Money Mayweather, who retired 50-0, and his direct rival, his biggest rival in five-division world champion, former Olympic gold medalist, former pound-for-pound king, who was considered, widely considered, the cash cow in his era, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya. Well, now they both have their own promotional companies. Oscar De La Hoya has Golden Boy Promotions. Floyd Mayweather have Mayweather Promotions. So with that said, there's a built-in storyline because they fought back in 2007, May of 2007, Cinco de Mayo weekend, in which it ended in a split decision victory for Floyd Mayweather. And a lot of people felt like Oscar De La Hoya should have got the nod, right? And so with that said, Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, they never fought the rematch. Here we have two guys in Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, who are eerie similar to Gervonta Tank Davis to Floyd Mayweather and Ryan Garcia to Oscar De La Hoya. Well, with that said, that's going to be a built-in storyline in itself. Not to mention, a lot of people, they have a title for Ryan Garcia, and they see him and they view him as an Instagram model. He has 7.4 Instagram followers. He has a huge social media following. And so Ryan Garcia has a huge platform and fan base, but he has not proven it inside the ring until this past weekend when he fought Olympic gold medalist, British superstar, lightweight title contender, and Luke Campbell, in which he was floored in the second round. And then he got back up and he knocked out and stopped Luke Campbell with a left hook to the liver, to the body. And Luke Campbell was unable to beat the count in the seventh round. So he faced adversity, he got up off the canvas, and he called out Gervonta Tank Davis. And he also placed himself in position to be the mandatory challenger for undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney. So with that said, he started screaming and calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. And now Gervonta Tank Davis says it doesn't matter what it takes to make this fight happen. He just wants to ultimately fight Ryan Garcia. He says that, Ryan Garcia, he discussed his performance. He said it was a good performance on the part of Ryan Garcia. He discussed, Ryan Garcia's skill set. He discussed the fact that, is he more comfortable? Obviously, Ryan Garcia fights at 135. Is he more comfortable at 130 or 135? Obviously, he stated that he's more comfortable at 130, but he could fight at 135 for the right opportunity, right? So he's stating that this is the right opportunity. He has a huge fan base, and it doesn't matter what it's going to take to get this fight done. He just wants to fight. Now, we know Bernard Hopkins, who's a partner in Golden Boy Promotions and a Hall of Famer, a legendary fighter in his own right, he stated that, they were going to, do whatever it takes to get Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with Ryan Garcia, even if it called for them going to Baltimore, right? We know Oscar De La Hoya recently came out and he stated that Ryan Garcia was going to walk right through Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Me personally, I didn't like the body language of Ryan Garcia when he was getting hit, and I highly doubt that he walks right through Gervonta Tank Davis, right? So with that said, you know, there was also talk that Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya said that Ryan Garcia is the A side. Now, we know, like I stated in the beginning of this video, Ryan Garcia is a 2-division world champion. He simultaneously holds the WBA at 130, 135. He's a multi-time world champion. Ryan Garcia has yet to even fight for a world title. Now, he has a huge fan base, huge social media following, and a name in the sport of boxing, not off of his accomplishments within the sport of boxing, but, you know, based off of his, you know, his ability to, you know, sell his brand, right? Promote himself. And so, you know, with that said, you know, it makes him a huge asset, right? But he's not the A side. But when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, he says, I don't care if he's the A side, the B side, or the C side, talking about himself. He says he could be whatever side, as long as I get this fight and get him in the ring. Let's just listen to what Gervonta Tank Davis had to say regarding being the A side or the B side. He said, it doesn't matter if I'm the A side or the B side or the C side. I just want this fight. Listen to what Gervonta Tank Davis had to say.
It doesn't matter. We know we're the A side, and it doesn't matter if I'm the A side, B side, or C side. Let's make the fight happen.
So he said, it don't matter if I'm the A side, B side, or C side. I just want to make this fight happen. So you see Gervonta Tank Davis' mindset going into this fight with King Ryan Garcia. It's funny, right? Because, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis is already ferocious enough, right? He's already, you know, a bona fide, you know, ferocious, you know, man, need I say more, right? There's no words, right? We understand what Gervonta Tank Davis represents inside that boxing ring. But you get an even more focused Gervonta Tank Davis, who's completely honed in and locked in on Ryan Garcia, right? We know he's already back in Vegas. He's already back training. There was a lot of, you know, talk of Gervonta Tank Davis ballooning up in weight in between fights and him not taking the sport of boxing serious in between fights, him having to lose weight. Well, he's more focused now. And Gervonta Tank Davis is locked in. And he wants this fight. Now, there's talks about a fight possibly happening in May. We heard Ryan Garcia mention that maybe it could happen in May, you know, Cinco de Mayo weekend. That's not going to happen because 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar, who is the unified super middleweight world champion, WBC, WBA champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders Cinco de Mayo weekend. And Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis is not a co-main event. They're not going to go, you know, behind Saul Canelo Alvarez. I would be highly surprised if they decide that and they agree to go and fight as the co-main event on that fight. No, that's a big fight. That's its own separate entity. Okay, that's a separate card in itself. Now, with that said, maybe they could do location, but I can't even see that because somebody still has to be the main event. That's not going to happen. Now I can see the last week in April as close to Cinco de Mayo weekend as possible, or the following weekend after Cinco de Mayo weekend. But, you know, the better weekend would be the weekend before Cinco de Mayo weekend, May 5th weekend, because you're going into that time, so you could promote it as such. So with that said, I don't see this fight taking place in May. I can see it late April, like I said. It's a pay-per-view event. Is Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders is not going to be a pay-per-view event. That's going to be on DAZN. So it's going to be on the streaming app. They don't have to worry about interfering with pay-per-view with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis and vice versa. They don't have to worry about, you know, fans wanting to hold their money until Canelo Alvarez fight, because that fight is going to take place on DAZN. So with that said, they don't have to worry about running into those problems. So I can see the last week in April being the time. And once again, Gervonta Tank Davis says it doesn't matter if he's the A side, the B side, or the C side. All he wants to do is fight Ryan Garcia. Let's listen to this one more time, shall we?
It doesn't matter. We know we're the A side, and it doesn't matter if I'm the A side, B side, or C side. Let's make the fight happen.
So you heard Gervonta Tank Davis. He's not playing any games. He said, don't matter from the A side, B side, or C side. I just want to make this fight happen and get King Ryan Garcia in the ring. So let's see how this all unfolds. I'm excited. This is great news for the sport of boxing. If Ryan Garcia wasn't going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, I would like to see Ryan Garcia fight Devin Haney. But now we get some clarity to this situation. This is a big fight. I can't wait to see it. I'm favoring Gervonta Tank Davis. I think that Gervonta Tank Davis is more explosive. He's more athletic. He has more power. I think Ryan Garcia is underestimating Gervonta Tank Davis. I think Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins understand what Gervonta Tank Davis represents, and they're confident in Ryan Garcia, but I think that their confidence got a little shaky after that Luke Campbell fight. Even Canelo Alvarez, who's the mentor of Ryan Garcia, stated that he thinks Ryan Garcia needs 2 more fights before going into these level of fights. But Ryan Garcia stated that he's confident in his own abilities, and he just wants to make the fight happen. He believes he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. He's been calling him out for the better part of 2 years now. So now we're going to get what we're looking for, what we're waiting for, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds. That's all I got for y'all. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.